Hey guys, what's going on? This is Ken from Mahalo.com, and we're going to do a character breakdown of Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls, the evil villain of most evil villain, one of the most evil in cartoon history, but there's a lot. There's like Gargamel. But anyways, let's get besides the point. Let's go ahead and start with our character breakdown of Mojo Jojo, and this is going to help us understand all those shapes that we have to learn so we can draw them. Are you guys ready? I know I am. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna break him down. And when we look at Mojo Jojo, he's a lot of simple shapes. It's really easy to draw. The thing with Powerpuff Girls, they're kind of easy and hard to draw at the same time because they're very simple. So let's go ahead and break down and see what shapes we see right here. Well, right here, the big triangle. And that's gonna help us, lock him down. So when we start drawing him, well, we know there's a triangle in the front view. And then we come over here, there's another triangle. So there we go. So we have two triangles. Now his head pretty much is a big, or his brain piece is a pretty big oval, but we can use a circle to kind of map it out so we can get the correct, proportions on his head. And then we'll come down here again, and it's another circle. And I know it looks kind of crazy, but let's go ahead and add some red, and we'll show you how we can use that to, probably get the proportions. So when we come here, we use that circle as a guideline right there. And you can see I got that down pretty nicely. And then, so we'll just go ahead and, cap that right there. So we're using that circle to get our volume for the drawing. And another thing too, what I usually like to do is do ovals for the hands right here. And that's how oh, there we go. And that's how I usually get the, and that's how I usually get the hands down for this guy, because hands are pretty tricky. And I'll show you, go back to blue, and I'll show you how I do the hands. See, I just follow that oval, and I come here, and that just helps me get the hands down. And we can even add another triangle for his feet. So this is gonna help. You're gonna know these basic shapes if you're drawing Mojo, like, on your own, because then a lot of times when you see a character, you it's all rendered and you don't really see the shapes that make up the character. So, I mean, if you take a look, we'll just draw a triangle right here. Draw another triangle. And do a circle. It's kind of a, it looks kind of funny, but that's like his basic shape. So when you're at least kind of thinking of drawing him, you have him right there. And it looks kind of funny, but you can add the ears and stuff like that. And then we'll do, I like to do ovals to kind of like match the arms and stuff like that. So I'll do like an oval here, and usually connect those lines. So let's go to red and I'll show you. So go over here and see, because I use those two circles as a reference, and you can always erase. So remember, if you're using those guidelines, you can always erase. So we'll go over here, do two more ovals, one at the wrist and one at the armpit area, and we just use that as a guideline to get his arms on the correct scale. So let's go ahead and start undoing a lot. No, it looks like a lot, but here, we'll go ahead. So as soon as we have that triangle, I'll show you how we can clean that up. We use that triangle as just our reference, as to make sure we get Mojo looking correctly on, when we draw him. Because if we use these simple shapes, it's gonna help us make our character even and not kind of lopsided. Because I know if you don't use, if you don't map them out, some part might be a little askew. So as you can already see, that triangle helped me big time. And then let's go back to blue, and let's make that other kind of semi-triangle right here. And then with just using that triangle, we'll just come over here, and we're using that as our guide. And we can use that to touch the feet right there, so we have them kind of even. See, that triangle helped me right there. And do it again with the blue. It's kind of a little overview. I know there was a lot of stuff on that on the screen at once, so it might have been hard to see. So I have those two ovals right there where I want his arms, and then I'm going to use red right here to show you how that works. And we can clean it up right here. And let's go ahead and look at Mojo's face. And well, his face is kind of like two ovals and a big circle in the middle. So there's a big circle and two ovals. So if you remember, if you kind of map that out before, there you go. I mean, you have his basic face. His ears are basically kind of ovals. A lot of things when I draw, I usually just draw a lot of ovals and squares, and those are your guidelines right there. As you can see, I kind of have his face mapped out, and then we can do kind of like a half circle to map out his face. Let's go here and let's hide this layer. So as you can see right here in that image, his face is basically almost mapped out. It's just going to take a little cleaning with a little erasing. And when we draw him, I'll show you how we can do that. And it's just really simple process. So, well, here's a couple of things I want you to practice before we draw Mojo. You know, just practice those triangles. Remember, we mapped him out, and it's just really easy to clean. And like I said, I haven't said this before, but when we're drawing, we want to draw with our hand, like not so much with our fingers, with our hand and our shoulders, because it's easier to make a line if we just do this motion right here, as opposed to, you know, just using our fingers. We have a wider range of movement. And I know it takes a little time because it's like, how do I draw with my arm? But it's possible, and it's really easy to do. And in college, it took me a while, but you'll get a lot smoother drawing process. So just remember the simple shapes that make up Mojo. He's a lot of triangles. That's going to help you just map him down and keep him, you know, on scale when we're drawing him. So we make sure both sides of Mojo are, you know, looking correct and in proportion, because a lot of times these characters are so simple that if you don't, you know, take the time to map them out, they're going to look askew. So that's a note to take. All right, guys. Well, just remember, lots of triangles, lots of circles, and we're going to use this in the next step on drawing Mojo. Well, guys, thank you for joining me in this character breakdown of Mojo Jojo. And if you guys have any requests for drawings or anything, just go ahead and send those requests to request@mahalo.com. Remember, we do guitar, drawing, all that cool stuff. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hey, what's up, guys? I almost forgot. I want you guys to send me your drawings. That's right. You can email me a copy or do it old school and just mail it to me, and I'll post it up in my office. And I'll even make a video with your drawing. And if you want me or any of my art friends to teach you how to draw your favorite character, send those requests to request@mahalo.com. All right, guys, thanks for watching.